David Lindrum.
When I was 12, this is what Google looked like. My mom would take me to the library on Saturdays, and I had my little list of questions. I could ask her absolutely anything. She didn't know the answer, but she knew where to find it. She's just like Google that way. And it was magic. This is a college student. She has an omniscient reference librarian in her pocket, which is amazing. She learns differently than I did back then. And it turns out all of us do. We all learn more like she does than like I did when I was younger. And you were younger too. In the 1950s, this kinds of film strips were shown, and they were narrated by an all-knowing male who would tell you exactly what was going on, and everyone believed him. And now they're basically a punchline. And I've got to wonder, did Google kill the film strip star? And I don't think so. I think Google may be responsible for the emptiness of the reference stacks at the library. You know, you don't have to get in the car and drive down there and use the card catalog and climb stairs to find books anymore. You can just look it up. But it doesn't explain the credibility problem. Walter Cronkite, CBS News anchor from 1962 until 1981, the most trusted man in America. Maybe it was the eyebrows. I don't know. No one would claim to be the most trusted man in America anymore. But if you look at the comparison of Walter and John, you can see a lot about how our taste and how we want to learn have completely changed. John's funny, he's cynical, he's irreverent, he captures our attention, right? And he presents a wide variety of views, and we expect a wide variety of views on anything. Walter would say, that's the way it is, and we believed him. We don't believe any journalist saying that now. A journalist needs to give us multiple points of view. And we hold journalists to that same standard. Say, for some reason out of the blue, you've got to develop an informed opinion about the viability of a moon base. You'd probably want to read several articles from several different publications and several different journalists before you felt like you were really informed on that, right? And you could. And it doesn't apply just to news. There's a new restaurant across the street, the Asheville Public. Is it any good? If you want to find out, you're probably going to prefer what you see on Yelp to the restaurant's own site or an expert food critic, right? These are writings, well, those were writings by what we call real people. Now, the definition of real people has been under attack for the past few years. This is Hollywood's answer to our cry to show me the real stuff. Show me what it's really like so I can see for myself and make up my own mind. WikiLeaks feeds the exact same hunger, right? Turns out we will listen to diplomats. If we are seeing what they're saying when they think we're not seeing what they're saying, then they're credible, right? And so this seems real, and we're eating it up. So what do you do if you're a professional educator or informer in a world where only real people are credible? Well, you hunt them down. So no matter how big the story you have to tell, you find a nice, likable, normal guy, and you tell everything through his or her point of view. That works really well. Another thing you can do is create an infographic, right? Look at that thing. It's fun to look at. It's chock full of facts. I get to make my own mind up about what it means. The term infographics the searches on Google for that term have risen 1,000% in the past 2 years. Okay, worst case scenario. You have a message that can literally save the planet. You're a known politician and a notoriously bad speaker. What do? Something incredibly visual, right? Malcolm Gladwell, 375 weeks running so far on the New York Times bestseller list for a book with no pictures. How does he do it? He makes it really interesting, really accessible, and he's quoting a lot of really smart people, and we like that. Ted's another example. Ted is so transparent it doesn't even have a face, right? But it's a frame through which we see some of the most interesting, smart people in the world, and we like hearing what they have to say firsthand. Okay, so what does all of this mean for people who want to educate the next generation? Well, don't lead off with Walter Cronkite. She's not going to buy it. The learner determines the terms of engagement. They decide how they want to learn, right? And the terms have changed a lot. What I've been showing are examples from people who've successfully connected with us as a culture using the way we learn now. But these lessons are useful to anyone with a message, no matter what message it is you want to get out, whether you're seeking regime change or just better textbooks. Our ideal for learning now is probably going to be presented by someone who's pretty passionate about the topic, probably speaking from personal experience, probably citing a lot of data. They're going to be entertaining, it's going to be accessible, it's going to be visual, hopefully it's on YouTube. In short, the way we like to learn now is this.